Right, good morning. Just doing a quick well, it might be a longer video, but you can just watch as much as you want or not. On these things, these real-time controller knobs, which are those things, and this is just to show why sometimes in presets, they don't do what you expect. So just so that you don't think I'm being clever, all this is on my iPad I've just got the manual for the MP7 and I put this down at the bottom so I can see it so I can read it and have a play. So at the moment I've got a preset set up here. I've got it in my search because we're doing a search for stuff, find out how things work. So this at the moment makes this sound. You can probably hear me tapping, but there's no sound at all. What I've done in here, if I go to preset, so I'll set it up. Each preset can have 4 layers, and there L2 it says that is layer 2, layer 3, layer 4, no instruments at all on there. But on layer 1 I've got this number 326 Vox Freak, but it's not playing. Why is that? So if I go to these knobs here and start trying to control the knobs, normally this would be set for filter cutoff as a default. Nothing. See, it's working because the light's coming on. I'm on quick edit, which means it's using these buttons to control the parameters that have been set. Nothing at all. Okay, I'm just going to do this all the way through just to really reinforce the point. And oh, something happened. Right, okay. Let's just put these back then. What happened there then? So that was that one. Now I'm not suggesting you are a freak, can you hear that? You're a freak. The reason I pressed those two, by the way, if you're listening in the background, you're a freak. Sometimes you get a note that continues, and if you press home enter and MIDI together, that's like a MIDI panic combination, so that cuts off all the notes in the background, so it can shut it up again. Right, so that's working. But nothing else. Why is that? What does this thing do anyway? You're a freak. 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 A freak. A freak. A freak. A freak. 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 So freak. Now let's have a look what that's doing. So to find out what each of these buttons is doing, obviously I've done that on purpose. Not that I know what I'm doing. I'm just exploring still. I go to preset, edit, preset. I've got the freak thing there. That's just the sample, the noise, the waveform it's using, so I can change that. Let's dance. Okay. Let's dance, 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 dance. So this is doing something to the waveform. Let's dance. Yeah. I can transpose it. Let's dance. Let's dance. Let's dance. Could always make a drum kit out of that. Anyway, sorry, getting distracted. Let's dance. So we've got let's dance on there. So what? Why is this thing and nothing else working? Using the cursor, go back under instrument. Right, let's take it up to where it says patch chords. Okay, these are the things that currently I'm controlling with that, but all of these can do this. So at the moment, each layer has its own patch chord. So layer 1, patch chord 2 is off. But if I go to layer 2, patch chord 2 is set. So each this is hard to get hold of for me, but each layer has its own particular patch cord, and each I'm just looking for something on the manual, that's all. Where's my bookmarks? Each, there it is. Zoom in a bit. So I'm sure you can see this. You can look at this in the manual. This is an example picture of a patch cord. You take a source and then a destination. Dead easy. It's a bit like a modular synth where you put in the cord from there to there and then do something with it. The value changes, and that's what this does. It changes the value, the amount, as it says there. So there you go. Each patch has an amount field. Yeah, so there we are. That's the screen at the moment we're at. Patch cord 1. And this is on page 228 of the Emu Systems manual. I'd really recommend having a look at the manual. So the reason filter cutoff isn't working is because on layer 1, if we scroll through the patch cord numbers, we're looking for, at the top there, MIDI A. So we're going to have a look. Filter frequency plus 100. But it doesn't seem to be working. Yeah? So, let's go to... No. So what I had to do was then just remind myself how I'd set this up to find out why the filter frequency was doing nothing, even though it's set in the patch cords. So this is a live learning as you speak. I'm still learning because I forgot something I'd done. The reason that that patch cord's not working is because if I go back this way, there's no filter. Let's try again. So one of the reasons why these might not work is because it's not assigned in the patch cords. There's no, the MIDI controller's not assigned. The other reason is because what it's assigned to isn't selected. So I'll go down to there and try it now. So why is that not working? That's because if we go back to patch cords, where are they? Sorry, this could be a long video. There, okay, so right, that's because, of course, there I've put it to MIDI B. So that needed to be to MIDI A. Filter frequencies minus 100. So I need to change this to MIDI A for it to be on this one, I think, and then increase the filter. So the filter's starting to work at plus 30. So if I take that all the way to 100. So now, see, I've learned something there as well. I'd forgotten completely, I'd set that up. But if you haven't got the filter on, the filter can't be altered. Dead simple. See, a lot of it's simple when you find out. Right, okay, so MIDI A now is filter frequency. So we can do the same for MIDI B. We could put that's filter resonance. So okay, so and so on. So you can set all these patch cords to whatever you want. that's the short version. I'm probably going to do a bit more exploring in a short while on this once I've learnt a bit more about assigning patch cords. The only other thing I'll show you is why this does some sort of laugh in the background. Sorry, so why that changes the waveform. So we'll go, that's MIDI L, or controller number 12. So let's go to see if we've got any of those L there. So that's on sample start. So effectively what that does is it changes, dead simple, you probably already know this, but the sample start position to start in the sample later. A bit earlier, bit earlier, really early. And you can change, there's a number of different parameters. So the amount you alter it by, obviously it alters the, I wonder if it works minusly. No, because obviously it's starting before, but it's not putting a delay on. So I assume some parameters are only changed in a positive value thing. However, you can do it positive and negative to set up like variations on some other modulation sources. So 5's not enough. So you could find the point in the sample you want. So here's what ants. There. So you know now, full sample to the left, taking full right. So you can do whatever you want with that, can't you? Yeah, that's it for now. I hope that was useful. That therefore means you can alter any of these to be whatever you want them to be. See you later. Don't forget, read the manual.